What is up, ladies and genitals? Four Eyes in here, coming at you, coming through, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on Call of Duty Vanguard. I have been putting the work and the hours, shout out to The Rock, so I can finally give you guys my experience with Vanguard. For reference, I have played every single Call of Duty except for the jetpack CODs like Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, and Advanced Warfare. After playing Vanguard for a week, I have experienced the highest of highs with 2 V2 rockets and 100 kill games, and I've also experienced the lowest of lows where I can't even get out of spawn. If you watched my first impressions video, not much has changed. Starting off with what I play the most, which is multiplayer, all I can say is don't believe the hype. I see a lot of people hyping this game up, but I think the main demographic that is hyping up Vanguard are sweats, Warzone players, and people who love chaos and don't care, they just want a new Call of Duty game. With how multiplayer is right now in Vanguard, this is definitely not a game for casuals, even with all the things Sledgehammer did to reduce the skill gap. During the beta, the time to kill in Vanguard was in between Modern Warfare and Cold War, Modern Warfare having the fastest time to kill, followed by Vanguard, then Cold War. But after playing this game and unlocking all the attachments, you begin to realize everything in the game is overpowered, from 2-shot kill MP40s, 3-shot kill STG-44s with the vital proficiency. Don't even get me started on this year's Gunsmith because COD games are becoming more complicated. I remember back in the day where we could only equip one attachment on your gun unless you had a perk like Bling. Now we are getting 5 attachments, 8 attachments, and here in Vanguard we get 10. The meta right now reminds me a lot of the Modern Warfare 2 days where everything was broken. Even the Type 100 you guys are seeing gameplay on, I thought this gun was trash, especially when I was leveling it up with no attachments. The thing was shooting marshmallows, but once I got magazine attachments, vital proficiency, and hollow point rounds, at times I thought the Type 100 was better than the MP40 and could be the best submachine gun in the game. So if you thought the Modern Warfare 2019 MP5 killed fast, fully upgraded Vanguard weapons kill even faster. So in reality, Vanguard has the fastest time to kill weapons compared to Modern Warfare and Cold War at almost insta-kill levels. I've even seen shotguns, akimbo shotguns combined with incendiary rounds and a sniper scope dominating Das House. It's funny because I thought the sniper scope on the shotgun would be useless on it, but it actually affects the gun's accuracy. At first I was confused since there was a recoil stat and a accuracy stat, which was a first for me, until I found out that the accuracy stat is what affects your bloom. Yes, you heard me correctly. There is bloom in Call of Duty Vanguard, which lowers the skill gap even more. Because insta-kill weapons wasn't enough, we have to add a bit of RNG and luck in the game. And no, I am not talking about bloom when you're hip firing. There is bloom when you're ADSing, when you're aiming down sight. That's why there is a separate category on hipfire accuracy and regular accuracy when applying attachments to your guns. At least the weapon camo grind isn't as difficult compared to Modern Warfare's Damascus. The best thing to me about Vanguard's multiplayer is the ability to pick pacing like tactical, assault, and blitz. I also enjoy the fact that the footsteps are quiet even without using the ninja perk. The only time I really hear footsteps is when they are full-blown sprinting on metal in Search and Destroy. Most of the games I played, people were actually moving around the map. Not to say there are no campers, because whenever I played 6v6 on large maps like Gavatu, Tuscan, and Red Star for example, it reminded me a lot of Modern Warfare 2019 where the match would be slow-paced and campy. Because of the insane time to kill where you can't even react when you get shot, slower playstyles seem to be dominating the meta right now. Even though Sledgehammer fixed a lot of problems within the beta, there are still lots of bugs, glitches, and hackers like the unlock any camo glitch, super speed when shooting the stand, getting blown up by nades when you're behind cover, and so much more. There has already been someone caught cheating against the new Optic Texas team that went viral. I believe the person caught cheating was named Shiv, and he had wall hacks during a tournament. Now he is banned for life. I feel like the people who are really enjoying Vanguard loved playing Modern Warfare 2019 and Warzone because of the engine, movement, and playstyle, compared to Cold War where it had a different engine and mechanics which forced players to get comfortable with two different feeling games. This makes Vanguard easier to pick up to play. I would recommend you get this game for multiplayer if you are an experienced player with about a 1.2 KD or higher that enjoys Modern Warfare 2019 on shipment 24/7 and loves skill-based matchmaking, which has been the same for the last 3 years. This year though, it definitely feels more like performance-based matchmaking where the better you do, the harder your enemies will be and the noobier your teammates become, which makes it hard to tell if you are getting better or worse, since everything feels artificial compared to past Call of Duties where it would feel more organic. This mostly applies to 6v6 tactical pacing because Assault and Blitz tend to be a combination of skill levels. For example, in recent years we have had lobbies disband after every match, player counts has been removed, and death counts aren't shown until the very end. Team balancing is still an issue where one team is clearly way better than the other. I frequently find myself joining matches that have already began with 6-man parties, streaks in the air, and players leaving. If you're a casual player or someone who's been playing Call of Duty and didn't enjoy Modern Warfare 2019, I would not recommend this game at all. They feel almost identical apart from a few changes. I still prefer Black Ops Cold War's multiplayer over Vanguard's at the moment. If you're a new player, I think the game is geared more towards the enthusiasts, even with the lower skill gap. High skill players will still dominate lobbies through map control and spawn traps. Going over spawns, they are on the bad side. Yes, they are predictable and there are designated spawns, but there are a lot of times where an enemy spawns in front of me, behind me, enemies spawning next to my teammates that spawn next to me, and even me spawning behind an entire enemy team, turning the whole giant mess into spawnception. Hopefully they get the spawns fixed before League Play is introduced. I understand the horrible spawns. Sometimes the maps is just so small for the player base that the players are forced to spawn in certain areas, but I have had horrible spawns in large maps with low player counts, so I can't defend the spawns too much. However, even with all the broken cheese, bugs, and hackers, the thing that pisses me off the most is the latency variation and packet burst. No matter what I do or try, I keep running into the same problem. This has been happening to me ever since the beta. I know it's not my connection because I have done speed tests and I try it out in other games where my connection is great. So it's either the server or the host that I am connecting to is across the world because of skill-based matchmaking. That is my biggest issue with multiplayer, is the poor connection. Please, Sledgehammer, Activision, make ping king again. Overall, I think this game is for G Fuel snorting tryhards, Warzone players, trying to get camos and OP guns once the integration happens, and people who just love spawn dying like it's shipment 24/7, which comes out in a week, funny enough. I am not too concerned with balancing bugs and glitches because Sledgehammer created a Trello board with people sending current issues in the game. They overhauled Call of Duty World War II 2017, so I know they can fix Vanguard. I feel as if this game has been overhyped because there was literally no expectation, since everyone, including leakers, said it was going to be horrible. Then it turned out being decent, making it look better than it actually is. However, when you compare it to past Call of Duty releases, there is no comparison to how much passion the older games had in them, where they were complete products at launch that didn't need seasons for extra content. Moving on to the campaign, it's quite good. I don't want to spoil anything for people playing it right now. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I can't recall a Call of Duty where the campaign was a miserable experience. Like Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War were up there amongst the best Call of Duty campaigns to me. Plus, campaigns is mostly about opinions. If you like the story, you like it, and if you don't, you don't. So I can't convince you with anything. I just don't think you should buy Vanguard solely for the campaign. Finally, the worst thing about Call of Duty Vanguard is Zombies mode. If you played Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, the mode that is available right now in Vanguard is an outbreak slash onslaught type of game mode. Round based zombies will be introduced later on. I was excited to see zombies because of the engine that it was going to be played on, but the execution was awful. This could have been Vanguard's saving grace, because when I get tired and I want to relax, I play zombies. But this year, zombies is so sad that when I'm getting my butt chewed up by dogs in multiplayer and I want to relax, so I go and play zombies, I hop back onto multiplayer because I would rather run into a swarm of dogs than play this mess of a game mode. The only positives to me is at least you can level up yourself and your weapons in the game mode just like last year. In conclusion, I think the game is worth the purchase if you're what I described, the COD enthusiast who just buys COD and loves chaos, the G Fuel snorting tryhard, Warzone players, and people who liked Modern Warfare 2019. If that doesn't fit your description or resonates with you, this game is not worth the $60 investment. The game is far from its full potential. Just like how Cold War was during the beginning of its launch, it was an incomplete game, and that applies to Vanguard as well. It will probably improve over time, but as of today, November 11th, right here, right now, I would say save your money, buy this game on Black Friday, Christmas, or whenever it's at a discount, and wait until more seasons come out, which introduces patches and content to get your money's worth. That is it for the video. Comment below your thoughts on Vanguard. Other than that, namaste my friends, and I will talk to you all next time.